Megan Thee Stallion is making sure that we all have a hot girl summer. Look at me. I have my little hot girl outfit on. The girls are out, okay? Boys, don't get distracted. Eyes are up here. Miss Stallion just dropped an album on June 28th, and it is titled Megan, I Love. Let me be real, I've never done a video on an entire album before, but ever since I started chiming into the Drake and Kendrick beef, I started realizing how much I actually like talking about music and artists that I love, so here we are. But I am not a music expert. Matter of fact, I'm not an expert in anything, I don't think. So take that for what it is. Just want to let you know before you watch this video. I'm just a girl who loves music, but I don't know all the technical terms, okay? So initially I was gonna try to do a more standard strategic album review, but honestly I thought it'd be more fun to rank each song and then talk about each song as I go along, kind of doing an entire album review. I'm also gonna include my very first reaction listening to each song, because I listened to it for the first time on camera, just so I can get that authentic reaction at first. And then today, me, who has heard the album multiple times at this point, I will rank the song. The album has 18 songs, so I will try to keep this as short and sweet as possible, but there are no promises. I'm just gonna do the generic tier list that everyone else does. So S is like the perfect song per se. Obviously perfection does not exist, but this is a song that I consider perfect and that I can listen to on repeat for days at a time. Like, everything aligns with my taste in music, right? A tier is gonna be something really catchy, something that I do really like, but maybe it's not something that I would listen to on repeat all the time, but it's something that I could listen to every day, you know, once or twice a day. Now, B is gonna be, it's not the greatest song ever, but it's not the worst, and it is something that I would listen to, you know, maybe once or twice a week, something like that. Now, C is gonna be a song that I probably won't listen to too often. I don't absolutely hate it, but I don't really like it either. And then D is just gonna be something that I don't like, I wouldn't listen to at all. It's not on my liked songs. So if that all makes sense, we'll just go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have the tier list pulled up. I just kind of put pictures with each song title that I thought were fitting. Some of them cropped a little bit weird, like her and Glorilla cut them off, her and Big Crit. Oops, didn't realize they had to be a perfect square. But let's start with Hiss. I've been holding off on listening to this album for like 2 days, it feels like. It came out Thursday night for me. I listened to the first like 4 songs, but I had already heard Hiss, obviously. Hiss is the first song. And then I was like, actually, let me make a video on this and let me get my live reaction. So the first 4 songs are not my live first reaction. The rest, it is. I just could not help myself. We'll start with Hiss just to be fair. I'm gonna go through every song. Okay, I'm not gonna listen to the whole thing because we've all heard Hiss. We heard it in January. Nicki Minaj heard it in January. I think, was it January? That feels like, it doesn't seem that it was that long ago, but I think it was January. Megan Thee Stallion started off the year strong with Hiss. Not only is it being credited for starting all of the rap beef that is going on currently with Drake, Kendrick, and all of that, she was one of the first to call out Drake specifically, talking about having a BBL. And now here we are with BBL Drizzy as an entire beat. That's power. And I kind of talked about Hiss already in one of my other videos where I was talking about all the rap beef going on, so if you want to hear more about it, you can watch that video. But we know the punch that Hiss has packed. I think it's a great choice for her first song on the album. Hiss, I am going to put as an S tier song. Why, you may ask? Because this is the song that shook up 2024. And you cannot convince me otherwise. I don't know what happened in the music industry after Megan dropped Hiss, but shit has hit the fan since then. I listened to it so many times when it first came out. I just love everything about this song. Next we have Rattle, and I have a little picture of a rattle, like a rattlesnake, get it? Now I've listened to this one, I couldn't help myself.
This whole thing she
Okay, so my first thought when I hear Ain't Got No Tea on Me, this whole thing she TMZ, I think of this being somewhat of a response to Nicki Minaj's Bigfoot.
Now listen up, Bigfoot. You know I got a lot of tea.
Where she claims that she has all this tea on Megan and that you don't want her to come out with the information that she has. And I think Megan's just like, what? What do you have?
Why would she say that? Like,
This is just her solidifying, like, well, first of all, it's a catchy song, but this is just her solidifying, like, I'm here, bitch. I'm not going anywhere. Y'all can stay tripping about me. That's not my problem. Matter of fact, I'm making millions of dollars, so fuck you, actually. This I'm gonna have to put as another S tier. And hey, before you even think about it, no, not every single song is gonna be S tier. I am a Megan Thee Stallion fan, but I am going to be honest. But we are gonna start a little bit strong with a couple S tier songs. I really like this one because, again, it's catchy. I can listen to it on repeat. She's standing up for herself and she's standing up for women. And this seems to be one of her many Nicki Minaj responses sprinkled throughout the album, which we have all been waiting for, honestly. If you're a rap beef fan like I am, I thought it would be a little bit more of an aggressive response, but it's a catchy song. Ain't got no tea on me, this whole shit. Ain't got no tea on me, this whole shit. I can't even say it. So anyway, next we have Figaro.
I'm spit, bitch. Pussy hoes on the internet, yeah.
And I don't know if she's throwing shots at Sexy Red or not, because Sexy Red, I've heard her in multiple songs where she goes, or if it's just her kind of like using that sound effect. One of my favorite lines in this song is, I'm a motherfucking brat, not a Barbie. Because Barbie is overplayed, I think. Like, the movie was good, yes, their marketing tactic was great, everyone was wearing Barbie, hell, I even took a fucking Barbie photo. But it's done. It is Bratz time to shine. I'm having a Bratz themed birthday party, and I cannot find any Bratz decorations because they're all fucking outshined by Barbie. You don't care. I still don't know what Figaro is. I looked it up, and apparently there's a street in LA called Figaro Street, and apparently it's like known for having prostitutes. Don't know if that's what she's talking about. I don't know. Anyway, I have the Figaro Street as the picture, and I'm going to put this one in A tier because, again, it is a catchy song. I will say it's probably not one of those songs that I can listen to on repeat in a loop. She also has another little sprinkle in there talking about how she's a motherfucking brat, not a Barbie. I don't know why this went over my head, but my first reaction was like, oh my god, yes! Brats need more popularity. Barbie has been getting too much attention. Talking about the Barbie movie. I'm over it. Okay, I've never been a Barbie girl. I've always been a Bratz girl. And I heard that, and that's immediately what I thought of. But then I was like, oh. Nicki calls herself Barbie, and then her fans are the Barbs. And like, now I'm like, oh, that could be another little diss towards Miss Nicki Minaj. So there's that. Okay, next, Where Them Girls At. I've also heard this one, and this is the last one that I heard ahead of time, and the rest is live reaction. Okay, so Where Them Girls At. I love that beat for her, and honestly, I forgot all about the original song. Okay, so she sampled K-Stylus, and I just realized literally her 5 most popular songs are about butts. We have Booty Me Down.
Booty me down.
Then we have Shake That Ass. And then we have Pitch That Ass.
Bitch that ass, I'ma hit it. Bitch that ass, I'ma hit it.
A little play on baseball. Then we have Booty Hopscotch, which Megan sampled, we just heard. And then we have Trampoline Booty, which I remember when this song came out. This shit was so fucking funny to me. Literally, his only subject matter is butts. You know, if that's your muse, go off. This isn't about K-Stylus. This is about Megan. I just got a little sidetracked. Anyway, I love this song. This is like one of the songs that I will be playing throughout the summer. This is like a good club song, good ass shaking song, a song to get you hyped up for something. I will also put this in A tier. All right, we are now live with the songs that I haven't heard. All right, this next song is called Broke His Heart. A nice little sex song, you know? I'm going to put this one in B tier. I love the sample, but I don't know. Something about it, it's not something that I'm going to listen to often throughout the day. I do have it on my like songs, but it's not my absolute favorite song on the album. Next we have BAS featuring Kyle Rich. She samples Tina Marie. I love me a good sample. I love hearing a song and being able to find the sample. As for this song, let me continue. This sounds like if Ice Spice were a man. His flow is fine. I also don't like the whole toxic relationship narrative in songs. So like this probably isn't one of my favorite songs on the album so far. I am going to put this one in C tier, and let me tell you why. Another great sample. But once Kyle Rich hops on, it's just like, I don't know, I just don't like the sound of his voice maybe. I'm also just not a fan of like toxic relationship type songs. Like, I don't know, that's just not my jam personally. Maybe there's a lot of trauma from previous toxic relationships that I've had that I just can't listen to stuff like that. It just makes me like, ugh. I feel like toxic relationships are really glamorized in songs because a lot of people have them and can relate to them. So yeah, I don't know, just not my personal preference. I'm ready for this next song, which is Otaku Hot Girl.
I like a tall woman with a nice big ass. Winner Megan Thee Stallion. Can't touch me like Gojo. Look, I like food and eat these crap bitches that give me back Naruto.
Oh my god.
They fighting demons in my head like I'm Itadori.
Oh yeah, I love this song. I have the chills all over my body. Now that I watch anime and I know who the fuck she's talking about, and I'm like, she said when I pop out like Sukuna is a fucking... he's a literal curse. Yeah, this is just a pure like anime reference song. And this is my second favorite song on the album, I think. S tier, baby. This one is for the anime girlies. The Jujutsu Kaisen intro, amazing. I think that's like perfect for her. I don't know what it is about the song, but it gives me the chills every time I listen to it. So far, I don't know why. I think it's just because I have a really strong love for like all of the anime that she's talking about, and so it just makes me super happy. I'm like, ah, I get it. Next is called Find Out. I haven't heard that song in a minute. Okay, so that's the sample. Loving the samples, Megan. Great job. I'm gonna put this one in B tier. It's like a nice little freaky song, but you know, that's not something I want to listen to like every single day, you know? Okay, next we have Boa, which I forgot that I also heard Boa, so we'll play a little bit of it. It's just a good song. I'm putting Boa in A tier. I don't know, I might change my mind. I might put it in S tier because I can listen to it multiple times. I initially was gonna put it in A tier, but I just changed my mind right now because I listened to it again today a few times and it was actually stuck in my head when I woke up this morning, ironically. So another amazing use of a sample. It's very catchy. She talks her shit. This one is called Mamushi featuring Yuki Chiba. Okay, so already I love this. I've been really into Japanese jazz specifically lately, and so I've been listening to a lot of Japanese music and a lot of Japanese artists, and I know hip-hop has been big in Japan for a while, but this is just, I love this, and it's opening up doors for other people to tap into artists that they might not know the language to. I love listening to music that I don't know the language to. There's so many different styles of music outside of United States of America, you know? And it's so interesting to hear other people's personal touch on a genre of music, whether it be jazz, hip-hop, rock. I've really, really expanded my horizons when it comes to music this past year. I love this so far. And this is my favorite song on the album, and I'm putting it up front, right there. I did not think this was gonna be my favorite song in the album when I listened to it for the first time. I was like, oh, this is kind of catchy. The quickness that this song got stuck in my head, insane. After I recorded me reacting to all the songs for the first time, that was the only song that was like repetitive. And I was like, let me listen to it again. And then I did. And then I listened to it again. And then I listened to it again. And then I listened to it again. And then I listened to it again the next day. And then again. And then again. I just couldn't stop. I don't know what she put in that song, but goddamn. I can't stop listening to it. She's paying her respects to Japanese culture. It's a lovely combo. The next song is called Accent, featuring Glorilla. Megan and Glorilla are the duo that I never knew I needed in my life, and I love this for them. I am going to put this in A tier. Now, my theory is that this is another subtle Nicki response, because she was on Instagram Live or something making fun of her accent. And then Megan's response is to clap back with an entire song called Accent, where her and Glorilla talk about their southern accents and are proud of them, as they should be. And I think it's great. Next we have Paper Together featuring UGK.
Stand around here while you make you, cause they missed it. Whole lot of diamonds with the ice. Don't matter, just let the cat lap at the milk. We got it.
You know, I just remember watching interviews of her back in like 2018, 2019, talking about, you know, how much Pimp C has influenced her, and having a song with him and Bun B is just like, this is very southern. I will also put this in A tier. The only reason I don't put this in S tier is because it isn't one of those songs that I'll listen to on repeat. It's one of those songs that I can listen to like a couple times a day. Specifically, I love this song for Megan herself. This is a monumental moment in her career, where she can say that she collaborated with the man who has influenced her most in rap music, Pimp C. If you're an old school Megan fan, you already know this. She has talked about this in countless interviews, how Pimp C is the reason she is Tina Snow because he was Tony Snow. I'm just so happy for her. And I know she's a fan of Bun B as well, so I'm sure this was just an exciting moment for her. So not only that, but then I think it's another subtle clapback at Nicki, because in that same video where she's making fun of her accent, she says something like, who you want to be, Pimp C or Bun B?
Who you want to be, Bun B or Pimp C?
Like basically just making fun of her and mocking her. And Meg said, how about let's collaborate with both? Okay, next song is Spin featuring Victoria Monet. Again, a very intimate song. I will put this in B tier. I don't know why, but I'm just not the biggest fan of the chorus. No shade to Victoria Monet at all. It's not really about her. It's more of just like the melody of the chorus. Just not my personal preference of like sound. But I do like the song. I do have it on my liked songs, and I will probably listen to it every now and then, but it's like not my fave. All right, next we have Downstairs DJ.
I love my pussy and my pussy love me, myself, and I, and the rose that put a boy a little wild, then fall asleep.
Okay, so a song dedicated to her vagina, basically. Why not? Now, I do want to make it clear, I do overall like the song. You know, she's expressing her self-love through masturbation. But I think it's hard for me to relate on a personal level and listen to the song and be like, oh yeah, same. Feeling sexy and like feeling good in my own body has been something that's been really hard for me to do. So I can't really listen to it and feel like, yeah, me too. I just kind of listen to it and I'm like, oh, that's good for her. I'm gonna put this one in C. Again, I think it's a great song for her. All right, next one is called Miami Blue featuring Big Crit and Buddha Bless.
Must be something in the wall. Me, I put ass on the tail, it's popping. Boy, how do you tip it to a snap?
Another Southern heavy song. I'm going to put this one in B tier. I think her and Big Crit sound good together. I think the beat is just okay. It's like a little bit repetitive. It's not my favorite. It's one of those songs that I don't mind listening to, but it's not gonna be like my ultimate favorite. Next up is Worthy.
Cause I'm worthy, not worthless. I'm precious. I'm so down south, I'm Texas. I'm worthy, not worthless.
This is more poppy. I feel like this could be a TikTok dance song. I love the message. I'm worthy, not worthless. As a woman, I feel like any woman watching can relate, feeling worthless and feeling like worthless because of how a man treated you. And basically this song is just like, you cannot determine my value. I am worthy, not worthless. No matter what you do or say does not affect me or my worth, period. And I'm putting this one in A tier. This one is more of like a pop song. It's not my all-time favorite. I'm not really a huge pop girl, but the message is too great for me to not recognize this as an A tier song. You know, she's addressing the fact that she does not need a man to feel worthy, period, and that she knows her worth with or without a man. I know that's right. These are the types of songs that I can listen to and I'm like, hell yeah. Women empowerment. And I'm just so glad to see this in hip hop right now. And women empowerment within songs. It's beautiful. Second to last song is called Moody Girl.
Real motherfucking sad girl shit. I'm pretty on the outside, inside dying. Ain't a day to go by when my mind ain't picturing fellatio. Looked in the mirror and I'm feeling kinda ugly. I wanna breathe with you, breathe, see what you.
This is the first time Megan has been this vulnerable on a song, I think. I mean, Cobra was really vulnerable, but some of the lines that stick out to me, pretty on the outside, inside dying. Why do you even like me? I'm broken. That hits deep. Again, that's a very relatable feeling as someone who's experienced mistreatment from men and also just depression. So many friends, but I still feel lonely. How come none of y'all called to check on me? It is a very isolating and lonely feeling. Looked in the mirror and I'm feeling kind of ugly. That is the first time I've ever heard Megan Thee Stallion say that. Probably one of the most confident people I've ever seen. Hearing her open up and be vulnerable and reminding us that she is a human being that also has like bad image days is so comforting, because I have bad image days almost every day. And I'm like, you know, I look in the mirror and I'm like, you again, great. I first want to say I appreciate this song so much. First of all, she opens up with real motherfucking sad girl shit, which is just like, it just sets the tone for the rest of the song. It just makes my heart hurt. I'm like, oh. Usually it's real hot girl shit, you know? So she opens up about tons of struggles, such as feeling lonely, some of her insecurities, potentially opens up about having a sex addiction. Now that's just my interpretation of the song. I'm not saying that she has one. I'm not accusing her of having one, but just from the way she says it, she says something along the lines of like, ain't a day go by where I'm not thinking about fellatio. She could just have a high sex drive and that's fine. She also points out the fact that it's kind of dehumanizing to be in the spotlight. She says a line, why y'all keep acting like I ain't real? Like she's not a real person with feelings and emotions and a life. It's very emotional and I'm going to put it on B tier. It's gonna be one of those songs that I listen to when I'm feeling like sad or insecure or down. It really just blew me away. I was like, I had no idea she ever even had these thoughts. It was just very reassuring for me. And then we end with Cobra, which is also another very vulnerable song.
Good night, I cried, I almost died. I'm sitting in the dark room thinking, yes, I'm very depressed.
Which is another extremely vulnerable and emotional song, but I think the beat carries it a little bit more to where I can listen to this. There's this guitar riff. She's kind of blending genres with rap and like rock and roll. It just goes hard, honestly. Like when she released this as one of the singles, I remember listening to it and I was like, damn, this is unlike anything I've ever heard from Megan. So I will put this one in S tier as well. Majority of the album is S and A tier songs. As you can tell, I like it. So that is my tier list. Thank you. I'm loving the direction Megan is going in with her music. I'm really excited for the future. I know this wasn't like a funny, silly, goofy video. Not a lot of cracking jokes or anything. It's really just me talking about music, but music is something that I'm very passionate about. So if you don't like it, sorry, it's too late. It's already done. But if you do, let me know and I will make more of these with other albums. Let me know your thoughts on the album or the songs. Maybe you disagree with the tier list that I made. And I don't care, okay? This is my tier list. Make your own. Sorry, I was really uncalled for. My name is Maddie the Baddie, your new favorite YouTuber. Feel free to subscribe if you want. Hopefully I see you in my next video. Bye. No, I can't do it like she does. Nope, still doesn't sound right. Okay, bye.